and welcome to my channel. My name is Rosika and this is the Midnight Reader. It's been like 3 weeks since I shot a video because I thought I was gonna have time for things and turns out no. No, we did not. Holidays happened, travel happened, being 8 months pregnant happened, and I did not do the things that I thought I was gonna do on my agenda, which is fine. We're gonna roll with it, it's fine. If you can see, I'm not in my normal filming location. I am in Alaska. This is my parents' house. It's very beautiful. It's a much nicer backdrop than I normally have. And I thought I'd film the New Year's tag because I did it last year and I thought I could take a minute to reflect on my goals and answers of yesteryear and make some new ones for this year. I did not know who made this tag last year and I still don't. If I can figure it out, I will link it below. So we'll go through the answers that I gave last year, see if I achieved any of them, and then we'll go through my answers for this year. Question 1. How many books are you planning on reading in 2023? My 2022 goal had been to drop my overall reading to a lower number of books. So I had picked anywhere in the 50 to 80 book range. I did meet that goal. I read 63 books in the year of 2022. Very happy middle reading goal for me. I read a lot of books and it didn't feel like too many. So, clap on the back, proud of myself, good job. For 2023, I am probably gonna keep the streak of dropping the reading goal because I'm gonna be a new mom this year. I am having a kid. That is happening. I am unprepared and I don't think I'm gonna read 63 books next year. I just don't. Based on prior experiences of sleep deprivation. I think my goal for next year is going to be exceedingly kind with my number of books read. And I'm probably going to aim for anything in the 20 to 50 book range. And I'm going to say that's going to make me very happy. Question 2. Name 5 books that you didn't get to this year, but you want to make a priority for 2023. So let's see what I said for last year. I listed Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I did read it. I loved it. I'm really happy I got that one off the TBR. Book 2, I wanted to continue the Wheel of Time series. LOL, that didn't happen. No, didn't do that. Mostly because, as I mentioned last year, I can't find a free copy of the ebooks at my local library. And while I can find the audiobooks, I hate the narrator. It sounds like a man reading a cookbook dramatically, and I'm never gonna read them on audiobook. Because it's tedious. We didn't get to continue the Wheel of Time, although to be totally honest with you, it's not high on the priority list right now. Number 3 was A Court of Mist and Fury. Did read that. In fact, I knocked that one out of the park because I finished the whole ACOTAR series this year. Did learn that I am ACOTAR'd out, that I am Sarah J. Maas'd out, and I'm probably not going to put any books of hers on the TBR for this year. Maybe I will. I'm a flaky ass mood reader, but still, she's not my favorite author, and while they were good fun, they are way too long and she needs an editor, and there are other books I'm perfectly happy reading that are not 600 pages. 4 was Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Read that, thought I was gonna love it. Just an okay book, but I did read it. Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Tsujimura. I'm thrilled I read that, actually. That was a book that I could never find for free. My husband bought it for me for my birthday. It was one of the only paper books I read this year. Loved it, thought it was great, 5 stars. I'm gonna call this a win. I had 4 out of 5. That seems pretty good. What shall we put on the list for 2023? I picked The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien because, well, I did get to the first Lord of the Rings book this year on audiobook. I had been intending to continue it because I loved the audiobook for The Fellowship of the Ring, and then I just didn't. And I have a feeling I'm going to be reading a lot of audiobooks in the upcoming year, and that one, there's a great full cast version with music and stuff that's on Spotify, so I'm gonna hopefully get to that one. Heroes by Stephen Fry. I really liked Mythos. This is the 2nd book in the series. I also have that one on audiobook. I just haven't started reading it. I'm gonna add that one to the list. Book number 3 would be Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I loved the other book I've read by her called Gathering Moss, which is like a natural study of the nature and history of mosses and biology, and this is more, I believe, a botanical book, which sounds right up my alley. I really love her writing, and it's been on the list forever. I keep checking it out from the library and not reading it because I'm a dumbass. Hopefully reading this year. I'm gonna pick The Constant Rabbit by Jasper Fjord, mostly because I bought it at a bookshop. I genuinely quite like his writing, and I just haven't gotten to it, so I'd like to read it, see if I like it. get it off the bookshelf for next year. If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. You're sensing a theme. I have checked out from the library probably 6 times and then returned like 6 times. Premise of it I think would be really interesting. Need to read it. Quite different books, but those are my 5. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to some of them next year. We'll see. Present me is hopeful. Question 3. What genre or genres do you want to read more of? Last year I said sci-fi, and I actually picked up quite a few more sci-fi books because I sort of intentionally put them on my reading list, and that was fun. I enjoyed it. This year, for 2023, I'm going to say memoirs and nonfiction. I haven't done the stats for my reading this year, but I think my reading has skewed really heavily towards fiction, which is fine, and I'm a fiction bitch. A lot of my favorite books tend to be from the nonfiction or memoir genres, or some of my more highly rated ones, maybe being a little bit more cognizant of picking up nonfiction reads and memoirs because I really do enjoy reading them. Question 4. Name 3 non-book related goals for this year. So last year I had visit my family on the list, which I just did. I'm coming to you from Alaska. I actually got to visit my family twice this year. This is fantastic. Achieved. Somehow I managed to even fly through O'Hare Airport in Chicago during the storm of the decade. So the stars really aligned for me this year. Goal 2 was to make an appointment with one of my doctors to fix my medication and get my chronic illness under control. I did that. I made the appointment. I changed my medication, and then fate laughed at me and I got pregnant, and now I have 1,000 new problems, including a much worse chronic illness that is uncontrolled and is not going to be controlled until I'm no longer pregnant. So I feel like I was like partial credit. Like I did do the thing I think that I was trying to do, but I did not fix my health in any particular way. The doctor was like, come back later. 3, I told myself to get a life because I finally have a nice schedule where I'm off on weekends and evenings. And I kind of did that. I did a lot more traveling and stuff for other people. I think this year, like I did a lot of family traveling. I did a lot of wedding traveling. I had a very packed schedule, but it was not as packed with the things like spending time with the husband, going camping with friends. So maybe more of that. I don't know. We'll see. Newborns are a lot of work. Having a life seems difficult. Partial credit. Goals for 2023. I'm going to be a new mom, which is terrifying, by the way, just in case you were wondering. So I think my goal would be to be kind to myself because I've never been a mom before, so I'm sure I'm going to be bad at it for a while. My goal would be to remember that I'm not a failure, I'm just new at it. Goal 2 would be to prioritize the time that I need to set aside for mental and physical health. So I know that to be a functional human, I need about an hour a day that I can focus on things like exercise or like reading, mostly exercise, and my goal is to prioritize that for both myself and my husband because that makes us more functional, happy people to be around. And remembering not to scratch that off the list immediately when I'm looking for an extra hour in the day. Goal 3, run some 5Ks, maybe some 10Ks. Typically I'm a half marathon runner. I definitely think that's not a realistic goal for the next year, but I do think I could probably run some 5Ks. I do think I could probably run a 10K. I do better with sticking to training and plans when I have a goal and a race I've signed up for. So I'm going to say that I'd like to run a couple races. Question 5. What's a book you've had forever that you still need to read? So last year I said Jingo by Terry Pratchett, which is a book I stole from a friend in college and then I held on to for 12 years instead of returning it. But I did return it last year. I have a video. I mailed that shit back. I am guilt-free, shame-free. The book has been returned. The book theft has been absolved. In that video, I did tell future, now present me that if I had not read Jingo by this time next year, I should feel guilt and shame, and I just gotta tell past me that I just don't have time for that shit. I haven't read Jingo. I honestly have no desire to read Jingo, so we're just gonna let that shit go. So for this year, for this category, I'm tempted to choose nothing and have no shame, but I'm gonna pick a book that's been sitting on my bookshelf for over a year that I got at a little library. And it's so short, and I think I'll really like it, and I just don't know why I haven't read it. It's like a Norwegian Scandi thriller. It's called The Bird Tribunal. Who's it by? Agnes Ravton? I don't know. I need to get it off my shelf. I always feel worse when I have physical books that are just sitting on my shelf versus audiobooks that are in endless rotation at the library. We'll pick that one. I feel a little guilty. I'd like to get it off my shelf. Question 6. In one word, what do you wish 2023 will be? Last year I said better. Because 2021 sucked for me. And it was better. And this year I'm gonna say healthy. Really love if 2023 was healthy, both in terms of mental and physical health, and not just for me, but my family and my friends, and for you lovely viewers as well. Because there's nothing quite like not having your health to make you realize how much that fucks with the rest of your life. I would like 2023 to be a healthy year for all of us. And lastly, question 7, tag some friends. And to that, I want to say, nah. If you watch this video and you want to do it, consider yourself tagged. Please do it. It's great. It's very fun. It's a fun way to look back on your year. Congratulations, you're tagged. Do it if you're interested. But yeah, that is the New Year's tag for 2023, as well as reviewing my questions from 2022. I have a couple of videos that I'm going to try to get out in the next 6 weeks. Kiddo is impending in about late February. Once Kiddo arrives, I'm going on maternity leave, y'all. I love you, but I'm taking a break from the channel for a bit. And then I'm sure I will resume what will be an increasingly erratic upload schedule. And you can see my increasing sleep deprivation and stress level. But I really enjoy the channel. I'm going to keep trying to make videos as much as I can. But I wish you all a happy and healthy 2023. Happy New Year, wherever you are. And thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you all hopefully soon. I don't think it's going to be a week, but it's hopefully going to be soon. Bye.